Okay, I learned something on TikTok that I want to share. So I learned how to solve a Rubik's cube, and I'm gonna do one on camera, and I'm gonna use the exact same, uh, I guess, like story that the creator whom I learned this from taught me. And it's not just me she taught a bunch of people. I saw in her comment section just so many people who over the years have wanted to learn how to solve a Rubik's cube, but for whatever reason they couldn't. And she taught it in such a way that I will never forget it. In fact, I have solved this so many times since then. And I use the beginner method, like the beginner friendly method. It's not complex. I just do this. I solve it the same way every single time. So I'm gonna scramble this. I typically would go on a scrambler, like a Rubik's Cube scrambler website, and then it'll tell you how to scramble it, so that it's I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna use my hands to scramble, and then I'm gonna show how I solve it. This is actually so fun. Um, oh, I'm using okay, my setup. So I have my phone. My phone is what I'm recording on, but I'm also watching it on my computer, and I'm using my iPad as a ring light because it's dark in here. Um, by the way, I create apps now, and it's the most fun thing. Like the ring light that I'm using on my iPad is something that I created. It is so good. It is so good. Like I knew that if I wanted to create content, I would have to have some sort of like setup in order to enhance what's going on. But I don't know, if it's just always so hesitant when it came to, like, getting certain things. Like, I like, the microphone, the ring light, all of those things, I just so, like, the microphone I'm using is my, AirPods because I already have that, and then this iPad is even a hand-me-down, but because I learned how to code, well, vibe coding, I'm not a real coder, AI does a lot of the heavy lifting, I just ideate. Yeah, I saw somebody on TikTok say that they created a lighting studio or something like that with Claude Code, and it worked really well. And this is somebody who already has like an entire setup, has a bunch of lights. And I was like, let me try that because I don't know. And if it works, maybe I'll create more content. And it worked. So this is me creating content. Okay, this is scrambled. I mean, I could scramble it some more, but it's pretty scrambled, right? Okay, now for the fun part, solving it. So the first thing is to get the white daisy, as they call it. So I'm gonna look for where the yellow is in the middle, so right here, right? And so I'm gonna get now that it's in the middle, I wanna get whites here. So I wanna get 4 white cubes. So how she taught this, and I don't know if she knew that she was teaching this part specifically, or maybe that's not true. She knew. And it was really helpful because I was like, how do you even start? How do you get that? So she says she likes to get she likes when they're in the middle layer, like the whites, because it's easier. And I understand what she means by that. So let's see now. So this is one that's in the middle. Mind you, this is where my yellow is, right? So clearly just turning it that way already gets me a white and a yellow. And I want to do 3 more. So I'm going to look for another one. This is another one that's in the middle. Um, it's in the middle here, but this is where my yellow is. So turning this here is not going to be helpful because now I lost the other white. So how she frames it is you want to get this out of the way so you don't disrupt what's going on here. Mind you, this is what we want, but this is in the way. So I'm gonna get this out of the way, like so, right? And then I'm gonna take this one that's in the middle, and I'm gonna turn it. So now I have two, one, two. So I have to find one, two. I need to find two more to get like the white daisy. And so I'm gonna look around to see if there's another middle one. that I can use, and there's one right here, right? And there's actually two. So what I'm gonna do, because I can't turn this here, I'm gonna lose this. So I'm gonna get this out of the way again, as she says, right? That way, when I turn this, I have one, two, three, right? And it's just one left. So I'm gonna look for a middle one. So here's one in the middle. I'm going to now this one in the middle, it's not going to affect anything if I move it here, here, but that doesn't get me, it doesn't get it, right? Like it's under here, I need it to be above here. So what I'm going to do, let me turn it this way, maybe I can see better. I'm gonna turn it. Hmm. Okay, hold on. So I can get it here to the middle layer. So that's perfect. So I'm just gonna turn this so I can get this part down here. That way it's easy to get this white one here. So I'm gonna go this way and then I'm gonna turn this. And now we have the daisy, right? With the yellow in the middle and then the four whites in the corner. And this is beginner method. So, and it works every single time. It's actually insane. Okay, then she says, and I'm gonna tell the stories in the same way that she tells it. And if you're on TikTok, go and follow her. She's amazing. But I'm literally like explaining the exact same thing she did. I'm retelling her story, her method. Her name is on TikTok. It's like Lily Invest. Shout out to you, Lily Invest, because I never thought I would be able to do this. So thank you so much. Okay, so now that you have this, the next thing to do is to make sure that these match. So we have these whites right here. Um, and the middle is where you want these two colors to be the same everywhere that you have a white thing, right? And I don't have any right now. Oh, I have a green one. Okay, cool. So we see that the green, this white and the green, these two are aligned. So what you're gonna do when you have one that aligns, you're gonna turn it 180 degrees so that the top now is on the bottom. So I'm just gonna turn it once and turn it twice. Now we have that white part on the bottom. And you're gonna do this for all of them once you get them aligned. So this right here, this white one, we have orange and red, and that's not what we want. We want the orange. We want this up here to be red. So we're gonna look for the red one, and I want to make sure that the red one has the white. And now that we do, we're going to turn it once. I'm going to turn it again twice. That way we have, see, we got the green, we got the red, right? And then we've got two more, right? So let's get them to match. Now this one, we have orange, but it's supposed to be green. So let's find the green. I'm going to turn it this way to see if we get green. Nope, 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 no, no. Nope. Wait, hold on. Am I looking at this right? Hold on. We got sorry. Okay, wait. Okay. These are the two, right? These are the two to the left. So we have orange here and blue here. I don't know where I saw green just now. That was weird. Where did I see green? Okay, obviously this is you're aligning the whites, right, to the center. You're not aligning the center to the white because you only have four whites that you're doing this with, so that obviously. So this is orange. You need to find an orange middle. You need to find an orange center. There we go. There we go. Here we go. So we have a white and an orange center, and then when that's done, we're gonna turn this again twice. So once and twice to get it on the bottom. And as you can see, we're starting to make our cross, and there's one left. And that one left on this yellow side is blue. I'm doing a lot of moving. I think it's because of my setup. Uh, yeah, it's definitely because of my setup. So now I'm gonna get this blue on top of another, on top of a blue center. And there it is. We've got the whites, the blue. I'm gonna turn this twice. One, two. And now it's in the bottom. So we have a cross here, right? This one is white, it just happens to be, but if you look at it, it's a cross. We have white here, white here, white here, white here. We have a white cross. And that's essentially like this, it's not the starting point, it's the second starting point. Because now we're gonna solve for this layer and we're gonna get all the whites. And so the way she tells this story is so amazing. She uses this elevator method. So you're going to look at this almost like she called it an apartment or like a, yeah, an apartment building. And this is like the penthouse, and you want to get all the whites to the penthouse using the elevator. And I understood it. And the fact that I understood it is wild. And mind you, the before you get them on the elevator, you want to make sure that they are aligned. So, for example, to the easiest way to do this is to make sure that you have a white that's facing outward. And when you have a white that's facing outward on the bottom, that's where you start. So I have one on the bottom, I have one underneath, which is the basement, but I have one on the bottom floor, which I need to get to the top floor. Um, so in order to do that, you're going to look at the colors that surround it to make sure that it's aligned. So this one has a red underneath and a green right here, which makes sense because, and the way you do that is by looking at the middles. This now we're orienting around the middle layer because you can't move the middle. So we have a red here and a green here, which is fine because there's a red here and a green here. So this is in the correct spot. So that means this white cube belongs up here where we have this yellow. And in order to get it up there, we're going to, okay, this part, this is, okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to get this, uh, I want to make this make sense. Okay, hold on. Okay, in order to get it up there, right, I want to get it to this yellow. I'm going to move it this way, like away essentially from where I'm trying to go. And then I'm going to bring this elevator down, this yellow one, because that's where I want it to go. And then I'm going to bring it back so that it can get on top of so it can get on the elevator, as she says. So just watch. Hold on. It works every single time. I'm going to get it on the elevator. So now it's on the elevator, and I'm going to take the elevator back up. And now it has now it's where the yellow was. I don't know if you saw that. I'm gonna do more so that it makes sense. It's just one of those things where you actually do have to practice. So I need two more, and the two more aren't in an easy position. An easy position would be like outward facing here on this lower level. What I have instead is up here and underneath. So which one do I want to tackle first? Well, that depends. I'm looking at, this is a green and an orange. And what belongs here is actually a blue and an orange. So let's see, it looks like this is a blue and an orange. So this belongs here. How do we get that there? Well, it's in the basement. So she says in order to get something from the basement to the elevator, we're going to take the elevator down first. So I want this orange, I'm going to take it down like this. And then she says run around the building twice. So once, twice. Mhm. And then we're gonna take this back up. And what you find if you go around is that I did that wrong. But what I did do, I've noticed, is that I took the white that was up here is now gone, right? I still have two spots that I need to fill, but they're now both on the bottom. Okay, that's fine. We can figure this out. So let's see. I want to do that that whole elevator thing again or the basement thing again. So I'm gonna try one more time. So I'm gonna take this. Oh my gosh, what's the best way to do this? I'm gonna take this down like this, and I'm gonna go around twice. Let's see if we get it. Oh, I just went back in the same position. Hold on. That can be right. Let's do it once. Let's do it once and see. Okay, that worked. Doing it once did it. I guess you just have to try. Mind you, I still have two on the top that I need to fill, but I got one from the bottom. Now it's facing out. And when it's facing out, um, well, it's pretty simple, right? You want to make sure that it's in the right spot. So this one is an orange and a blue. And right now it's kind of angled where the orange and the green is, so that's wrong. So I'm gonna move it this way. So now when you look underneath, it's blue, and this is blue, and orange, and this is orange. So cool. So that means this right here, this white one belongs up here because it's aligned. And to get it up there, I'm gonna go this way, and I'm gonna bring the elevator down. I'm just gonna get back on the elevator, and then I'm gonna go up. And then it's now in the right spot. Making sense? Maybe, I don't know. Um, it took me I watched her I spent hours, like, I was watching and rewinding her video because I was like, "I have to get this," because she was explaining it so well, and the testimony was in the comment section. Everybody was saying, "Oh my gosh, I figured it out." So I was like, "Okay, well, I clearly have to figure it out." So, while doing that, I was able to get this one free. So now this orange and the green, it's not in the right spot because this is a red and a green corner. I need to be in a orange and a green corner. So I'm going to move it this way, right? Now, this white one is in the orange and green corner, meaning this white one should go up here, which makes sense because that's where we're missing one. So to get it up there, I'm going to go, I'm going to go this way, away from it. I'm going to bring the elevator down. I'm going to get back on the elevator, and then I'm going to go up like that, right? So now the first layer is done. And you know that the first layer is correctly done because all of the colors here are correct. It would be incorrect if you had all white here, but then these colors here did not like match the center. Like if you didn't have this T of same colors, then you didn't do it correctly and you probably still need to like get some off the elevator and put them in the right spot. So first layer done. Now to work on the second layer, she has this story called Enemies to Lovers. I don't know, maybe that's helpful. I don't know, but I think it's just a process to me that makes sense. So in order to do that, you want to kind of look to make so her methodology is essentially, and it makes sense because white and yellow is opposite. So we've solved white. So you don't want to. So if you solve white first, then you should solve the yellow last because it's going to be on the opposite side. So you're going to solve everything in the middle, and you want to like leave the yellow untouched. So then the second layer to solve is like an avoidance of yellow, if that makes any sense. So now I'm looking for any blocks that don't have yellow. I'm going to focus on for the solve. And so we can start with this one. This is a red and a blue, and it's already perfectly aligned, so that's cool. But what we want to do, so this is red on the bottom, so that means that actually it goes, it wants to go here. Um, so the whole enemies to lovers thing is it's gonna play hard to get first. So even though it wants to go here, it's gonna go in the opposite direction first. So like that. But then, I don't think she doesn't call this an elevator thing, but then the side it wants to go to comes to get it or like chases it. And then it's like, okay, you got me. And then it goes with it. And this comes back. Now, it seems like that was an elevator move and a displacement did happen, right? There was a white here and now there's no longer a white. But the white that did get displaced, we already know how to solve for this. We do the elevator stuff and it's already aligned. So we've got the red here and the blue here. So it's not in the wrong spot. We just have to get it back up here. And of course, to do that, Oof, my back. We're gonna go, um, let's go this way. The elevator's gonna come down. Gonna get on the elevator, and then we're gonna go up, right? So that's easy. Like we can solve the white parts. And what that did is it got us a little bit closer, right? Like we've got this part is solved. We're almost. So there's only a couple more pieces left to solve for the second layer. You have this red one is displaced, this one, and yeah. Okay. So let's do that. Do the same thing again. We're looking for non-yellow squares. So this one is a blue and an orange. So that's perfect. We can probably focus on this one. So this doesn't make that big T. So let's move it to the orange side to see if we can get that big T right here. Okay, cool. So now that it's here, we're gonna do the same like hard to get thing. So it wants to go in this blue side, but we're gonna go in the opposite direction first. So we're gonna go this way, and then the blue side comes for it, like the chase. And it's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go with you. And then they go back, and of course, again, a displacement happened because the top was all white and now it's not. That's easy to solve because, like I said, we know how to do this. And again, you always have to constantly check, but you've already aligned it the first time. So usually when it gets displaced, it's already like in the right spot. You just have to get it back on the elevator. And that's just the simple this way, then it comes down, it's on the elevator, goes back up. And then you have this part solved. And obviously, now we've got the whole blue side solved. And the only thing left, well, let's see. Blue side is solved, red is getting solved. Um, this part still, you know what I'm saying? But it's just this part left, right? Just these two. Getting these two will get the whole second row solved. So let's look to see if there's another non-yellow. And there is, there's this one. This is an orange and a green. So let's find that big T. I'm gonna take this green, I'm gonna turn it this way. Boom, we have our big T. Cool. And so we do the whole opposite chase thing. So obviously it wants to go here because this is where the orange is on the bottom, but we're going to take it in the opposite direction first. And then the side it does want to go in is going to come down like that. Then it's going to go like this. And then it's going to come up. And then, of course, another displacement. But who cares? We know what to do in situations like this. Gonna go this way. This is gonna come down like that, right? So now we have this. See, now the orange side is solved. Cool. Blue side is also solved. Awesome. Red side almost, right? Red and green. We just have this one left. Wah, wah. Do we have any on the bottom that we could use? And we do. This one, this red one. And it's already making the big T. So you have a green side and a blue side. Which way is it gonna go? It's gonna go in the opposite direction that it's supposed to wanna go. It really would go here, but we're gonna go opposite again. We're gonna go this way, like that. And then the side it does want to go to comes down. It's gonna go like back with it, and then this comes back up like that. And then our last displacement, this should be the last displacement for us to solve the second layer. And like I said, we already know how to do this. So what's gonna happen is what we have been doing, right? So we're gonna go this way, it's gonna come down. It's really like the same moves every single time. And then just like that, we have the second layer solved. So top, second layer solved. Awesome. Now, this is where it actually to me gets fun. So now we're gonna solve for the last layer. And the last layer has a lot more steps. I think the first two layers are easier to solve. Oh, honestly, with the way she taught it, they're all equally easy. You just have to remember the story that she's telling, and it's really good. So, the next now that we're on the last layer, the first story on the last layer is called the Simone Biles. So before you start solving the Simone Biles, you want to look to see what's going on here with the yellow. There are a couple of things that could be happening. You can either have this line, as I do here, like a horizontal line, and you want to keep it horizontal when you do have a line. Or you could just have the yellow dot with like the yellow, all the rest of the yellows all over, like nothing cohesive. Or you could have a hook. A hook would be um, like if kind of how this is like this, but you the hook only according to her story, it's a hook when it's in like the right corner. So I don't have a hook, right? I wouldn't read this as a hook, even though it is, because it's facing the wrong way. It's not, you know what I mean? So I only really have this horizontal line. You could also have a cross. So you could have a yellow here and a yellow here with the yellow on each side, and that's optimal. And so if you don't have the cross, you're essentially working, you're gonna do Simone Biles until you get a cross. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and show this the her Simone Biles reference, which I think is so clever. So because it's horizontal, so I'm gonna have it facing me like this, like in this horizontal line. And so I'm gonna do, she says this is like a cartwheel. If you go right first, and then like a, I don't know, backhand sprint. I don't really know the Simone, I don't know gymnastics, so I'm not the right person to, I don't know. But what did I do? See, now I'm confusing myself because wait, let me go back. Hold up. Hang on. X. Wait. Give me, hold on. Okay. See, this is why I don't I'm doing all this talking and um I confuse myself. So let me just fix this. Hold on. Nope, that's wrong. Hold on. What did I just do? I'm trying to, let me fix it. Let me go back to baseline. So let me get this back here. Um I confused myself, honestly. I don't even know where I'm gonna have to redo that. But I did the Simone Biles unintentionally because I lost track of my place, and I'm still a novice, so but I do have a cross, if you can see. Yellow here, yellow here. Um, but the reason it's not quite complete is because the cross does not, like, these have to line up in order for us to move on to the next thing, and we only have it lined up on one side. Even if we move this around to see where else we can get it aligned, um, we can only get like one at a time. So we're not done yet. We have done the Simone Biles, and I maybe okay, I'll read with Simone Biles so that I can, even though I have a cross, I'm just gonna do it again. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna do it again because I did not explain that correctly. So it's like, okay, um, looking as if like I'm turning so that you can see it as if you would be seeing it head on with just like the horizontal line, if that's what we had here, or like it's a hook because I also have a hook here, right? Or even if it was just the middle. So like looking at it straight on like this, we're gonna go right, then we're gonna go up. Then we're gonna go turn it like this to the left. Then we're gonna come down like that. But then we're gonna like turn it back around in the opposite direction and then bring this back, almost like undoing those moves that we did. And actually that undid my cross, funny enough. So I'm gonna do it again so that it makes sense. Right? Okay. So I have a hook. And so we're gonna do the Simone Biles. I'm gonna go right up like this. I'm gonna come like this. I'm gonna like almost unwind all of that. Cool. Now I'm back to the horizontal line. Okay. And if I do it one more time, I'm gonna get a cross. So let's do that. Okay. Okay. So with the horizontal line, kind of like you're looking at the horizontal line, I'm going to do the small bow one more time, like that. Then I'm going to go this way and come down. And then we're going to just like unwind and like undo all of that. And that gets me across again, right? Um, and this time, actually, yeah, we still only have two of them that matches up. So this one is matched up and this one's matched up, but these two still aren't. So what we're gonna do, keeping the two that are matched up, kind of like in this back corner, we're now gonna do this one called she calls it ray gun. I guess I just did not watch the Olympics because these two are like Olympic references. But it took me a while to distinguish between ray gun and her finisher. And the difference between ray gun and a finisher that helped me remember it is like the starting move. Ray gun starts up, like the right one goes up, and then the finisher, the right one comes down. But anyway, so with the ray gun, right, we're looking at in this right corner, we have the ones that align. And so we're going to go up one, and then we're going to turn it, and then come down, right? And then we're going to turn it again, and I'm going to go up again, and then we're going to turn it twice this time. Once, twice, and then come down. Um, so yeah, that should have aligned it. We still have our cross. So let's see if we get a perfect alignment if we just turn it. So we've got this one's aligned, this one's aligned, this one's aligned, and this one's aligned. So it worked. Perfect. So now we're done with the gymnastic stuff. And so we're in the last leg. So the last legs there are two moves left to get this whole thing solved. This is a long video. Um, but yeah, I last week I did not know how to do this. Like I spent hours just was like, oh my gosh, I don't understand. But now I understand. So now this one she calls I think it's called No War Crimes. And the way she explains it is so I don't have none of my corners are actually in the right. Oh, this one's in the right spot. And this one's in the right spot in the sense that the four color, like the colors here are the same. Like we have an orange here and an orange here, a blue here, and then the yellow here obviously would be here. So like it's not like in the right arrangement, but the colors that are present are in the right kind of like like concentrated in the right area. So this is correct. This is not, right? Because I have red on this side, green and yellow. The green would have been fine if this was an orange. So this is wrong. And then same with this. This is blue. There's blue here, but there's no blue anywhere else. And then this one has orange here and this, you know what I'm saying? So like the only correct one is this one. So looking at it, I'm going to start with it here and I'm going to do the no war crimes. So I'm going to send this soldier, I guess, across into enemy territory. I don't know. So I'm going to go across like that. But then she says, wave the white flag. So I'm going to bring up the white, whatchamacallit, the white one. And then I guess like a retaliation, this one is now also going to send theirs over, knock off their white flag like that. And then they're now also going to wave their white flag. This is why it's called no war crimes because she says they're not fighting for real, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now this one has waved this white flag, but it knocked off the head of this one. So this one's going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to knock off yours too, I guess. And then it's going to go back like that. But then now, instead of waving its white flag, because the white flag is up, it's going to hide the white flag. And then this one's going to do the exact same thing. So it's going to go like that, right? And then hide the white flag. So like that. And what you'll notice, let's see if anything changed, right? Um, let's see if anything changed. So this one is in the right spot, blue, orange, and yellow. Any other ones? Not really. Yeah, so just only have one, right? Right? Or actually this one. Well, I just said that. Blue, orange, and yellow. Yeah, blue, orange, and yellow is the only one that we've got. Blue, orange, yellow. So we're gonna do that again. So you keep doing no war crimes until um, the colors are in the right spot. They don't all have to be facing up, but like the combination of colors need to be in the correct spot. So starting with this one, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it like this, white flag, and like this, and the white flag, and like this, hide the white flag, then like this, and hide the white flag. Um, where are we at? Oh, this one, this, do we have any? Nope, gotta keep going. Okay. So we're gonna go. Did I even have any in the right spot? I think I even displaced everything. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on. No, I don't think I have any in the right spot. So yeah, go up this and this and this and this and this. Oh, okay. This time, not only did we get this one in the right spot, we also got it facing the like it's completely correct. This particular one right here. And let's look around to see if we got another one that's completely correct. I don't think so. I think that's the only one that we got that's like perfect, which is just this one, this blue one. So let's see that again. Keeping the perfect one like in frame. This blue one's perfect. Like everything is stacked correctly, oriented properly. So we're gonna just do that again. We'll go left, right flag, and right flag, left, find the right flag, right, and hide the white flag. So let's see. Ooh, look. This one's like all perfect right here. This one we have orange and yellow and blue, but it's in the right area. That's correct. So that means this also has to be correct. That's the only other one that's displaced. So they're in the right area, right? Okay. So now we're on the last stretch because we've solved the majority of the cube. It's just remaining this right here. And so she calls this move the finisher. And the way I was able to distinguish between this one and ray gun is because they start in the opposite direction. So with ray gun, you're going to twist up and you're turning the top one. With the finisher, you're going to only like it's still the same right one that gets twisted, but you start down and you're only turning the bottom. So you're gonna hold it like this. So this is the one that we want to fix because it's not oriented properly. So we're going to focus on this first because we want to get the right orientation. Um, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, but I want to keep it with the yellow side up, right? So like this, okay, like that. And so starting down, I'm gonna bring the right this down, and then I'm gonna turn this left like that, and then I'm gonna go up and then turn it right. And I'm gonna do that twice to count as one move. So down, left, up, right. So that's twice. And I'm gonna check to see if this got aligned, and it did not, because the whole point is that this yellow should be on top. That's what we're doing this for. And it didn't. And it looked like, oh my gosh, you're displacing everything. Just trust the process. So I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna go down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right. And then what would you know? Now, this one is facing the right spot. Look at that, right? So what we're going to do is still holding it like this, even though some of them are displaced, we're just gonna ignore that. What we're gonna do is now focus on the one that's left. So I'm gonna turn this so that's a focus. Oh my gosh, my camera. So the focus now is on this one. And we're gonna do the same thing with the down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right. And look. And then now we've done it. You can see that, right? You can see that it's done. did the whole thing. And it was because of her little story, starting with the daisy to the white cross to the elevator in the apartment building to, playing hard to get. Then we were in the gymnastic doing Simone Biles. Then we went to war and we finished. And that was so interesting because I don't think I can ever forget that. I'm not, doing this for speed or anything like that. I just was so impressed with how easily I was able to absorb that information, and it all had to do with the story that she told. So thank you. Her name is Lily and Beth on TikTok, and that was so cool. What that did to my brain. It took 40 minutes, but I was trying to teach, so